Okay, so now I'm going to show you this, and this is a tricky little thing here, okay? We're going to put a tangent line on this, okay? Now, normally we printed these out back in the day, and then we used a ruler to put the tangent line on there, okay? And in some ways this is easier, in some ways this is harder, but I figured out how to do it, so just you gotta do exactly what I show you, okay? So here's this graph. Now, again, let's just go back. I clicked on it. I clicked wrap text and I clicked fix position on page. If you haven't done that, do that now. Okay, and pause. Right? Now, what I want to do is I want to put a line in there. Right? I want to put a tangent line that kind of goes like this, somewhere in the middle there. You know, I don't know. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert. Okay, so insert a drawing, and it'll say, well, from driver, well, you want a new one. Okay. So insert. Go insert, drawing, choose new. Now, sadly, it hides the picture that we're trying to draw a tangent line on, okay? You know, if we paid a little more money for this software, we'd have Microsoft Office and we could see it and draw the line on there, which is what I envisioned. But this works, but you just have to have faith. So in these tools, click line, right? Pull this down, and you just want the regular line. We don't want the arrow. Okay, so click that, and now, whoops, it's not doing it for me. Let's try it again. Aha, there we go. If you don't have the little plus thing, you know, then it's not doing it for you. So I'm picturing what that graph looked like, and I'm drawing, just from memory, a line that I think will be tangent. Now draw it nice and big. Whoa, this, dope, there it is. Okay, now sadly we can't see what that looks like near the graph, nor will it be on the graph. Okay, but there's a workaround. Now watch. So I'm going to save and close. So just draw the line, draw a nice big line like that. Save and close. Like, whoa, it's not in the right place. Don't worry. So click on it in here. That'll select it. And we're going to do the same two things. I'm going to click wrap text. Okay, so click on the thing itself. Then click wrap text. Then go. We don't want to move with the text. We want to fix the position on the page. Ooh. Okay, now I can move it around. So watch this. If I go like this, I can move it up here. Now, here's the annoying thing. Before you lose one of your lines, keep in mind that the last thing you moved will be on top. That seems to be the rule. Okay, so don't go moving the graph right now, or it will hide this line that we just made. Okay, and you'll be really angry. Before it goes away and hides behind this graph, and I have to like move the graph out of the way. Okay, I'm going to make it so that it sticks over the edge of the graph. There we go. So now I can actually, there will always be a little bit of it showing. Okay, I can click on it, and this is just a beautiful tangent line. What a good job I did. Okay, notice that it's tangent somewhere about here. Okay, now if you want to adjust it and mess with it or something like that, that's fine. Okay, but notice that it's tangent, it's touching right there. Now I'm going to move it down, and you'd be like, whoops, I moved the graph, right? And you can see how the line is behind it, right? So I'm going to move this now. Okay, you want to move it so that it just sort of nuzzles the graph like that. Okay, this is not good. That is like a skewer. That's like a best fit line. You don't want that. Okay, you don't want this. You want to bring it up until it just nuzzles that line. Nuzzle is a funny word, that's why I'm using it. All right, you want it to just sort of touch right about there, somewhere in the middle. Okay, now you can mess with where it touches, right? You can just say, ooh, well now I got to re-nuzzle it, right? Okay, if you want to. Whoops, now I'm moving the graph again. You'd think I'd know how to do this, but I don't. All right, so there it is. I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay, so with it like this is where the way you want to leave it. You want the tangent line to be on top. Okay, now if you want to, I mean, I can sort of read this, that this is actually tangent at, and if I look at the time scale here, it looks like it's a tangent at about 4.1 seconds, but I think it helps to do this. So I'm going to do this, add another line just for kicks. I know it's totally unnecessary, but I'm going to insert another line. I'm just going to stick a vertical line across it. Okay, and this will help me. So watch this. I'm going to insert oops, I have it selected. So I'm going to, that was escape, by the way. I'm going to not have anything selected. Now I'm going to insert a drawing. Okay, so insert drawing. Let's do a new one. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to stick a line in. Okay, select the line. And now we have the plus. Now, I want a vertical line, so I'm going to hold my shift key down. I'm holding the shift key down, right? And I'm going to just draw a vertical line. Notice it like constrains me. Make a nice big vertical line like that. And I'm going to save and close. And there it is. There's my vertical line, okay? I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to click Wrap Text, Move. I'm going to do Fix Position on Page, okay? Now, with any luck, I can move this. Let's try it. And what I want to do is I want to stick it in the middle of the tangency. So you see that it stops being tangent there, starts being tangent here. This seems to be right in the middle. Just eyeball it, okay? Boom. Okay? That helps. I feel like that helps, okay? Notice that I'm tangent at about 4.2 seconds. Okay, I'm tangent at 4.2 seconds. This helps, right? I feel like that helps. Okay, if you don't like that, you can just read your graph. You don't need to put that second line on there, right? Okay. Now you're going to answer these questions, right? Is it the shape you predicted in step one? Step one, by the way, is where you guessed what the picture was, right? Okay. Actually, it was step three that you guessed. But anyway. And then what is happening on the slope of your graph as time goes on. So just talk about that, what's happening in the slope. If I did this a little bit later, what would it be, steeper or less steep, right? If I did it sooner, would it be less steep or more steep? The slope is the velocity. What's happening to the velocity? Well, just look at the video. What's happening to the velocity? It starts at rest, and at the end it's not at rest, right? Okay. Now, I want to do the slope of my tangent line here, okay? Let's see if I can... Nope, that's good. Okay, so slope of the tangent line with the x and y coordinates of the lower left intersection with the plot frame. Okay, so see this tangent line comes down here. It hits the graph, and it looks to be hitting the graph. It's close to 1.9, isn't it? But it's not quite 1.9. I'm going to say it's 1.88. So just do your best, right? It looks like it's a little bit before 1.9. This is 2, 1.9, 1.8. 1.7, okay. So I'm going to say 1.88 is our intersection there. So 1.88 seconds. You could have just said 1.9, but I'm so perfectionist, okay. And then my y value, well, the y value here is 0. Okay, so read your x and y value. Notice that I put seconds for the units of the x because the x is in seconds. Okay. And then my y value is, let's see, it's 0. Okay, so I'm going to go 0.00, I guess I could say. You could just say 0, it's fine. Okay, so notice that spot right there, okay, that spot right there, the coordinates of it on the graph are 1.88 seconds over and 0 seconds up. Okay, then it says what are the x and y coordinates of the upper right intersection with the plot frame? That's going to be this spot right here. Okay. Now, our x is easy. Our x is 6 seconds for me, right? My y, I'm going to have to read, okay? So it's remember every division this way is 0.05, right? So it's 1.05, 1.1. It's almost 1.15. What do you think? 1.14 meters? All right, it seems like it's just shy of that line there. And that would be 1.15. That would be 1.2. 1.25, right? Okay. So again, it's 1, 1.05, 1.0, 1.10. I'm going to say 1.14. Okay. So read it carefully. So my y was for that 1.14 meters, right? This was, by the way, 0 meters. The units are very important there, right? And then my x for this spot here is easy. It's crossing the edge of the screen, and so it's 6 seconds. 6 seconds. 6.00 seconds, space seconds. There we go. Okay. So again, those coordinates, you want to read them right off the graph, and we want to look at where it enters the plot frame, and we want to look at where it exits the plot frame. That's going to give us the most accurate slope. Okay. So again, this guy was over 1.88, up 0. So we put that in there, right? And this guy was over 6 and up 1 point, almost 1.15. So I said 1.14. Okay. So read that accurately. Okay. It's bothering me, by the way, that there's not a space there. So. All right. Okay. So now we're just you're gonna stick those in this equation here. I made a little equation. If you click on it, it's a little glitchy, but that's okay. Okay. So the y, you're going to go y minus y. So y2 minus y1. This is the point form here. So it looks like I'm selecting both those, but I really only selected the top, right? So get the cursor up there. You can also go shift and left arrow. Okay. So 1.14 is my top. I'm going to go this guy, y minus y, and then I'm going to go minus 0. Hello? There, okay. I'm going to go 0.00. Okay? So that is my rise. It went up 1.14. This whole line went up 1.14. Okay? And then I'm going to do my run, and my run is from 6 to this 1.88. Okay? So get down here. This is a little easier. It only shows that one selected. For some reason, it goes way down. I don't know why. Okay, so my x2 is 6 seconds, right? And my x1 is 1.88 seconds. Okay, now these parentheses are important, especially in the denominator, okay? So I'm going to do this on my calculator. I'm going to go left parenthesis, 1.14 minus 0, which is stupid, I know, okay, divided by, and then the left parenthesis, 6 minus 1.88, right parenthesis. And when I hit, let's see if I typed that in correctly. Yes, I did. I get 0.2766. So I'm going to say it's 0.28 is what I get, okay? 0.28. Whenever it's a decimal, I always feel it's nice to put the 0 there so people see the decimal point. It helps people see it, but it's up to you. So write it down with, I don't know, you could just decide whether you want 2 digits or 3 digits, okay? This would be 277 if I had 3 digits, okay? And then what time is it tangent? Well, let's look, okay? Notice I put that right in the middle. So this vertical line is right in the middle. You can just take your mouse cursor and find where the middle is. You don't need to put that vertical line in there. I'm going to say that it's the middle of this seems to be, like the line I've got there is about a little short of 4.2, right? I'm going to say, though, that it's about 4.15, okay? In my opinion, it seems to be 4.15. And just because I feel like that's important, I'm going to make it bold. Okay. Now, I need to compare this number here to a value in the table at 4.15 seconds. Okay. How do I do that? Well, let's do it. What we're going to do is we're going to go up there and we're going to find 4.15 seconds and see if it's 0.277. So let's go to our table here. Where's 4.15? Well, you know, there is no 4.15, but it's somewhere in here, right? Yeah. It's somewhere in this value, in these range right here. Let's see if I can do this. There we go. Yeah. Now remember, we're looking at these cells here. Now, the problem is that we can't, if I select the cells, we can't see the cells because I selected the cells. It's the bananas in the ears joke again. Okay, I can't see the cells I selected because I selected the cells. Okay, so notice though that these values, let's click someplace else, 0.273, 0.285, okay? Our value falls right in there, right? 0.277 is very close, okay? So for me, I'm going to say something clever like this. And you need to cite your data here. So my slope of 0.277 meters per second falls into the range of the table, right? They range from, what was it, 0.273 to 0.285 meters per second. So I would say that is pretty, you can use some strong language here. Dang, dange. Pretty dange close. Okay, dange. Pretty dang close. Okay. By the way, if it's not close, you probably did something wrong. Okay, so again, you're comparing this value here that you got, right? To, and remember it's tangent at 4.15 seconds, so you're going to go up, find that time, the 4.15, right? Now, we go from 4.004 to 4.171, so we're going to be comparing things in this range, right? I wish I could select them and actually see them, okay? So the 0.273 and 0.285, okay? That's what you're going to do. Make sure when you write your sentence that you have numbers in your sentence, okay? No 5 points unless you have your numbers, okay? So say what your slope was, right? And then just, falls easily into the range. You just use any language you want there. Don't copy my words. Okay, they range from 0.273 to 0.285. So say what they are in that range of that, okay? Woohoo! That's the hardest part of the lab, by the way. If you understood that, hats off to you.